Honourable Member from Charlottetown, Victoria Park.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Some of the most vulnerable islanders are those who are on social assistance or accessibility supports. The data is clear. These islanders are living in poverty with no way out. It's a vicious cycle, and they are the ones we should be helping first. Question for the Minister of Social Development and Housing. These social assistance rates must be reviewed annually in Executive Council as required by legislation. When did you do that last?
The Honourable Minister of Social Development and Housing.
Well, thank you, Mr. Speaker. And I couldn't agree with the member across more. I believe they are among the most vulnerable islanders. And in particular, we've introduced something that I really champion, which is a targeted basic income, and that's to help those who really have, severe barriers to employment, to make sure they're not living in poverty, and I want to continue to increase that. But, Mr. Speaker, we review at least on an annual basis our social assistance rates, and the last time we did that was just here in the early winter in January of this year. Thank you.
Charlottetown, Victoria Park.
The simplest and most impactful way to help people living in poverty is to give them more money, and to do so in a way that provides security and dignity to the recipient. That's the premise of a basic income guarantee, and it's something we've discussed and supported in this House and in committee. It's very different from our existing social assistance services, which can be impossible to navigate and even punitive. Question for the Minister. When can we expect a full review of the social assistance policies and programs to a more client-centered approach?
Honourable Minister of Social Development and Housing.
Well, thank you, Mr. Speaker. And I'm very pleased with the way our targeted basic income has rolled out, and we're going to continue to review those criteria so that we can help more people. I want to increase it to go beyond the 85% of market basket measure and really reach 100, because if you have severe barriers to income, there's no reason you should be living in poverty at all, Mr. Speaker. And so we're going to be reviewing the social assistance and the assured income rates again this spring, Mr. Speaker, and we've been have a project ongoing to update all our social assistance policy, all the policies in the department really for the last number of years, and we always want to take a client-centric approach. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Charlottetown, Victoria Park.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Inflation is going to hit them hardest. We need to get to work on this. And we cannot tie programs to job search.
That's right.
That's out of touch. I've heard the minister refer multiple times to what he is now calling the targeted basic income guarantee, something that we have little to no information about. And let's be clear, from what we know about this program, this is not a basic income guarantee. However, without any description, outline, report, eligibility criteria, participant selection, scope, we really can't discuss it properly. We have asked in this House several times and in committee several times, but we are still waiting. Question to the Minister for Social Development and Housing. Will you finally table the details of this targeted basic income guarantee, including budget and expected outcomes, immediately?
The Honourable Minister of Social Development and Housing.
Well, thank you, Mr. Speaker. And the targeted basic income is really fairly straightforward, and that's I said we want to take people that have severe barriers to employment. It's not whether they're doing a job search, it's whether they've actually been on social assistance for a number of years or assured income, of course, and make sure that we bring them out of poverty and we give them enough so that they're not living in poverty. That's the goal of the program. And Mr. Speaker, in committee of the whole, where we were discussing the budget, I committed to that take back. I believe that take back is ready, and I look forward to tabling those details about the targeted basic income really probably today. Thank you.
Charlottetown, Brighton.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. This government has set the goal to have